Hello. Well, this video is gonna be about a really sensitive theme to most of players and most of the people who are watching. And after watching the last Ask Aion episode, which is basically a program for the European Aion, where one of the members of the staff answers questions. Uh, Clicking Betty asked, "Why did you broke the promise that this game will not turn pay to win?" Now, I'm not an employee of NCSoft or any associated companies, nothing like that. Uh, okay, I'm making this video completely out of my free will, but I've been saying this message for months and months. I've been playing Aeon for 4 years, almost 5 years now, and I've been seeing this message across both European and American servers ever since I first started playing. Pretty much it was around. And uh, also with the fact that Aeon is dying, that's been something that people have been saying pretty much since the open beta. But yeah, now we are here about um, to talk about what is pay to win and what is not pay to win. Now, this is of course subjective to every player, but pay to win defines a thing that is only achievable via using real money and gives you an unfair advantage over other players. Now, if you look at the European Aion shop, which claims to be free to play, you'll see that the first thing that is the gold pack. Now, the gold pack is basically a tool that they invented to prevent bots. Now, it is very, very, very annoying to normal players, and it does not make the game free to play at all. Like, yeah, in the truest, let's be honest, in the truest word of the form, it does make the game free to play because you do not need to pay anything ever to play the game. Now, you need to make in-game in-game money, and but you are still able to buy this gold pack with the in-game money. Now, most of the people I have talked to on the North American version of the game do not even know about the gold pack. So let me just get this out of the way quickly. As you can see it here, now if you don't have the gold pack on the European server, all your instance cooldowns will be around 3 times more than the normal player. You won't be able to trade, you won't be able to use the LFG, you won't be able to use the trade broker, you won't be able to basically do anything. And also your gathering and crafting will be limited to a very low amount. Now, and you can only create 2 characters on one account. Now, why this is a bad thing? It is a bad thing because of course it prevents new players from any form of trading up until they gather enough money to buy themselves the first gold pack. Now, the gold packs are usually around 80 to 100 mil. I hadn't logged in my European accounts for a long while. When I first started playing on European Aeon, the gold packs were 5 mil each. So I bought like 10 of them, and it was okay. I got my first gold pack when I was level 26, so there was not really a big problem. But nowadays people can get to 65 and still don't have even half the money for the gold pack. So that's a problem. On the other hand, the gold pack prevents any form of gold spamming, bot selling. Well, it does not completely prevent, but it largely removes the bots. And compared to the North American version, now what you can see on North American Aeon is every single channel in every single map. On every single mob there is 2, 3 bots. Now maybe I am over exaggerating a bit, but especially on maps like Ingizan, Gilkmaros, Idian Depths, there is so many bots that it is just impossible to play there. And people are constantly buying uh, Kina from those bots. I know a lot of people personally in the game. Of course, I will never tell them nicknames because I don't want my friends to get banned. but I know a lot of people who buy Kina for real money, and this is creating such massive inflation that it's unreal. People have, I remember 1 year ago on the North American servers, I used to buy skins from the BCM, but doesn't matter, Black Cloud Market, the shop for North American Aion, the real cash shop. I used to remember that the set amount of uh, the set price of conversion from Kina to NC coin, which is the shop currency, used to be 10 million Kina for 100 NC coin. That means for a costume that costs 640 NC coin, which is the normal price for costumes, most of the people would pay something between 50 to 80 millions. Now these costumes have been going for 300, 400 millions and more. And the same goes for uh, Assured Socketin. Assured Socketin cost 320 coins or something like that, I don't remember. So you would typically 1 year ago you would be able to buy it for 50 mil. Now it costs 150 mil. So most of the cash shop has increased its value in Kina by 3 times, and this directly applies also to all other things in the game. I 1 year ago there was still the same amount of players playing, and or even more players, and we had uh, I'm playing on Israfel mostly, but I have characters on CL too, so I'll be speaking for Israfel and CL here, but mainly for Israfel, both Asmodean and Ilios side. Now we had the high demand mana stones like Magic Boost 27s. They used to cost around 700 to 800k a piece, and the composite mana stones, the ancient mana stones. Now the ancient Magic Boost 35 mana stone, as soon as it was introduced, the Eternals, they usually went for 40 to 50 mil. Now you are lucky if you see a Magic Boost 27 below 2 millions, and you are also lucky if you see a Magic Boost 35 below 200 mil. Now this is partially due to the fact that a lot of players have been gearing up, and of course they want their top-notch gear, but this is mostly the problem of the freaking bots that are just swarming literally everywhere. They are just swarming all over the damn game, and it is so annoying that people have just given up and they started buying Kina from the bots. Because if you can buy 1 billion Kina, which if you are a new player will take you months to achieve, if you are a skilled marketer, now that could be profit that you could have made within a week. But the problem is, we people like me who made their Kina through the trade broker, watching prices drop, watching prices rise, we are frozen. We are just completely frozen by the actions of these bots, because what's the point of making 1 billion Kina per week if someone can just you know buy 1 billion Kina for 15, $14 and just smash your economy with it. And these people who are buying billions and billions of Kina every single month, they have been pushing the economy so far that it's very hard for normal players to keep up the pace. Now, on the European end, you have to buy a gold pack. The gold pack will take 60, 70, 80 millions, I don't know, maybe 100 millions per month from you. Now, this the gold pack costs 99 Aion coins or whatever is the uh, payment method called. Now this equals to around 10 euros if you buy them, or 10 euros, 10 bucks. Right now the conversion curse is almost the same, so it doesn't matter. 10 euros, $10 for a month if you buy it only for 1 month. Now if you buy the like 10 gold packs in a row, each of them will only cost you 5 euros. So this is basically equal to 640 coins. And these pegs will never went above 100 mil. Not really. So what this basically means that you buy 100 mil, that you pay 100 mil per month, and you are free to go. You are good to go. It's okay. It There is no bots, there is no Kina buyers, or almost none. Compared to the North American Aion, it's none. It's zero. It's nothing. So basically, the prices of items on the European Aion are so low compared to North America that some people have actually rerolled to European Aion, even though it has worse. Now, the one thing that mainly driven me off from the European Aeon personally was not the gold pack, not at all. The thing that has driven me from European Aeon was that they started translating everything from Korean to German and then from German to English, which resulted in completely broken translations of items and places and stuff from uh, you know from German to English. Now, if you compare, this is such things that are breaking the game. If I wasn't an European player and was playing on the European servers, I wouldn't, for example, know what Jormungandr marching route. It it doesn't signify anything to anyone who has never read about German myths. Now, the German translations are, of course, trying to be as friendly to German players as possible, so they are picking off stuff from their mythology. Now, Jormungandrs are basically Jotuns. The things that you see as Jotuns on the American servers, those are Jormungandrs. Well, Jormungandr was the giant serpent of the Norse mythology who Thor has slain on Ragnarok. It does not matter. I shouldn't annoy you with this, but this is just something that has been personally really picking my eye. Now, on the North American Aeon, they decided to call this instance Ophidem Bridge, and all these items related to this are labeled as Ophidem. Now, this is a fictive material or a fictive race while the Jormungandr is a German tale, it's a northern tale, it's something from mythology that people outside there will not understand. So this is one thing that I have great problems with on the European Aeon, the translations, but it's nowhere near the point of the video. What I wanted to say is that neither of these Aeons, whether you think that the North American version is better or that the European version is better, which I left the I left the European version when I was a bit younger to play on the North American version, but that was just because I simply couldn't afford a gold pack, and I didn't have enough time to play to gather the gold because I was not so skilled at the game. Nowadays, if I didn't already have a sustainable amount of Kina and stuff that would keep me through this freaking economic disaster that North American Aeon is going through, I would probably return back to European Aeon. With the server merges ahead on the European side, it's even better. But here's the thing: neither of these Aeons is pay to win in any way. Now, let's see what is the most exaggerated thing that you would consider as a pay to win. Now, if someone, let's say random millionaire, let's say that this person really has millions and millions of real money. I'm not gonna count how much it would how much it would cost, but let's see. Now you see that on the store of the North America, you have now you have not only costumes, but you have these supply gear enhancement. You have tuning scrolls, but right now you have tuning scrolls. They are only temporary. This item is only available until the 9th of September. Now, what isn't temporary is a bona fide enchantment stone box, which basically gives you 10 epsilon stones, 2 omega stones, which is to the European Aeon basically um, 2 fourth grade stones and no 2 5 grade stones, 10 5 grade stones and 2 6 grade stones. Uh, Basically the highest grade of stones that you can get, and one lucky box that will give you either an best enchantment stone or the second best or an amplification stone that you can use to amplify your armor weapon once it hits level 50. Now this is permanent. You can also buy felicitous socketings that will allow you to um, socket your gear with 100% chance to succeed. You also have idiom bundles that will just you also have breeder supplements that will allow you to enchant your weapon at a much enchant, and you also have mana stone bundles that will give you various mana stones and a supplement. Now, so you can basically just buy everything you need for enhancing your gear. Now, for the gear itself, if you really want it, of course you can buy a mount. For leveling, you can buy anything. But if you were a billionaire, your best bet would be probably to buy these secret remedy of growth, because uh, once you buy them, you can just basically uh, pop your uh, levels up with this. You can just buy an infinite number of them and just pop them and get to 65 in an instant, basically. Uh, you can buy volley boost. That's not important to you as a pure pay to win player. Now you can buy you can buy a mount. Of course, you can buy a pound. But right now, what I'm looking for are the equipment passes. You can see weapon wrapping scroll, armor wrapping scrolls for eternal, mythic, fabled items. Now you can also see somewhere here there should be passes uh, that allow you to transfer any item basically. Now this is a temporary item, of course. The wraps are just temporary, and I think the passes are temporary too, but it does not mean that you cannot achieve them in game. You can still get them in game. So basically what you would just need to do is buy enough of Black Cloud Market items, like supplements or something like that, sell them on the broker or sell them to players in massive amounts, and you would have billions and billions and billions of Kina through legit use, through NCSoft itself. You would have billions of Kina in only a few days that you could spend to buy passes, and then with the passes for Abyss items, you could buy a full set of the best Abyss gear there is, and just of the best PvP gear in the game, and just put it on your toon that you just leveled to 65 with your insta growth remedies that you bought for your cash. And now here is the thing, you have the best gear in the game. Now you will of course enchant it with the enchantment stones you bought. You will socket it with a 100% probability of success with all those mana stones and felicitous socketings you got. So now what you have is a fully, you can also buy the augment bundle. So now what you have is fully augmented, fully enchanted, fully socketed gear. Your toon is ready for battle, fully tempered accessories, everything. Now, the only thing left in the game is the challenge. Now, you can also get the full Hyperion set by just buying all the armor boxes, all the weapon boxes. This will take dozens of billions of Kina depending on your RNG. But you are a millionaire. Your supplement of money is infinite. Okay. So now, the only thing left to do is to overhit the governor and become the new governor of the server. Now, you will say you can't buy glory points or honor points on the European version with real money. No, you can. You can. It's perfectly affordable to buy honor points with real money. The only thing you need to do again is I will use the now this is where I'm actually going to use some counting. I will use as an example the governor of Israfel Ilios, Othiel. Now, I don't know about the other servers because I haven't checked, but Othiel has just recently hit the value of 1 million glory points or 1 million honor points. Now, the biggest translation you can do is to buy from an NPC in game. You can buy 5,000 glory points for uh, you can buy 5,000 glory points for 2.5 million of AP and 100 million of Kina. Correct me if I'm right. Let me just look at the Aion database.net really quickly to see how it really works. Now, uh, the thing you have is first path to glory. Now, this will reward you only 50 glory points, but we are going to okay, NAxEU. I just have to get to know the name of the NPC. Now, it might not. Oh yeah, it doesn't show the okay, but the third path to glory. Now this is the one that rewards you 5,100 GP, and for that you need. It's not written here, so it doesn't help me anyway. Never mind. You should need uh, around 100 of those crystals, so around 110 million Kina. Basically, what I'm saying is you can just keep buying passes, keep buying Abyss gear from people, then selling that Abyss gear to NPCs to get your toon and AP boost. Then using your AP you got from other players via passes and your real money, using your AP and using your Kina to melt it into GP, and you would just need 200 repeats of this to get about Othiel and become the new governor of Ilios Israfel. He would have no chance. I'm not sure how much I do not know Othiel personally, so I do not know. He might even be a millionaire, but I know for sure that he isn't buying GP at that high of a rate. So you could just buy these things. You can only buy it once per day. So you could spend well maybe 6 months or so just buying GP via AP and Kina, and you would become the new governor. In maybe 7 or 8 months, you would have a toon that is the governor of the new server. It has been leveled to 65 via real money only. It has been geared up via real money only, and there is basically no challenge in the game for you. And here comes the real question. After minutes and minutes of me mindlessly talking, here comes the real question. Is this pay to win? The answer is no, it is not. Now, before you start hating on me, let's see what pay to win is. Again, pay to win is achieving something via using real money that a normal player in uh, the game while using only their time can achieve. Now, all of these items that I mentioned are 100% available in-game, either through events, through anything. So it does not matter how much Kina you spend on, how much money you spend on the cash shop. It does not matter if your governor has bought their way up there with real money. It is not pay to win. It is pay to improve faster, pay to play faster, pay to be better than everyone else, but it is not pay to win. Just because he spends so much money, it does not matter. It does not mean that no one in the game can overcome him. Even if you didn't spend a single cent on the game throughout all these years, you can still become the governor, still have the best gear in the game, still be the best player there is, and you do not need a single cent of money. Now, what would be pay to win? If they invented special gear, let's say like the governor gear that is special only to the governor, but if they invented a piece of gear like this or a gear set like this, which would have ridiculously high stats, or it does not really matter. The only thing would be that it would have better stats than the best set that you can achieve in game. If the if the best set you can achieve in game has 5% PvP defense, now I'm blabbering, it's just an example, and the one from the cash shop would have 5%, 5.1% PvP defense, and you could only ever obtain that set in game by paying for it with your real money, then that would be pay to win. Nothing else. Stones, enchantment stones, abyss gear, uh, abyss accessories, uh, I don't know, fucking governor gear on the shop. It is not pay to win. It is pay to be better. It is not pay to win. So what is this all about besides just useless rhetoric? This means that you cannot label, the point of this video is that you cannot label the game pay to win just because it seems to you that there is an unfair advantage uh, with the cash shop players over the free to play players. Now this is true. It is obvious. There is always going to be an unfair advantage of people who pay over people who do not pay. That's what they fucking pay for. But it's not pay to win. You still stand a chance. So what's your solve solution to this problem? How can you you know be better than them? Well, shut up and start playing. Less QQ, more pew pew. I'm not a cash shop player myself, and I do not complain when someone has an officer set or accessories they only got because they invested real money. It's their decision. This is not pay to win. You still stand a chance, you still have a chance, you still can get every single piece of gear that they can via in-game means. The only thing you cannot get are the untradeable cosmetic items from BCM. Now, you wanna tell me that just because some guy has a freaking angelic hello over his head, that does not, this is just one iconic item from the untradeable ones, that does not give him any advantage whatsoever over any player. It is not pay to win. You might not be able to get it in game, but it is not an item that would allow him to be, to have an advantage that you cannot overcome. So this all is just a big bunch of crying. Of course, it is unfair. Life is unfair. You should know that when you grow up, or if you have already grown up. The whole life is unfair. Life fucks with you every day. Get along with it, and in real life, it's the same. So you are basically just saying what you are saying with your wrong in-game logic is that the guy over there who has a shiny new Ferrari, you have to cry. You are going to cry out that he's paid to win. That the Ferrari is paid to win. No, he's just better than you. He spent his money. He has more money than you, and he spent that money to become better than you in a shorter time. It does not matter that it does not mean that you are not allowed to have a Ferrari too. It will just take a damn long time. It might not be even you who gets the Ferrari. It might be your grandchildren, but it is still possible to achieve that. So it's not pay to win. And that's the whole point of this pointless video. Thank you for watching. Have a